Good evening, everyone. I am also from Center for Environment Education and I work as project officer. So we are meeting here for orientation program of young reporters for environment. And with me, I have Madhvi ma'am and Shashwat. Shashwat is interning with us. So we'll wait for a few more minutes, like maybe for a minute or two, and then we'll begin with the session. I think we can begin with the session. Shall we, ma'am?
Yes, please do.
Yeah, so to begin with, this is webinar mode and this session is being recorded and is scheduled for 1 hour. So only panelists will be speaking as this is in webinar mode. So if you have any question or like if you want to speak up, just raise your hand. We will promote you to panelist and so that you can speak. So we'll be logging all questions and answers during the session. So you can put them in the Q&A section or you can post them in chat box. And this webinar recording will be shared with you and also will be there on our YouTube channel, which is YRE India. So Center for Environment Education, this institution promote environmental awareness and education. So this was set up in 1984 as excellence in environmental education of the ministry by environment MOFCC. And this is headquartered in Ahmedabad, and we are having field offices and regional offices. This promote environmental education nationwide. Regarding FE, so Foundation for Environment Education, this is having 78 countries, like collaborated with 78 countries, and this is international organization, which are having number of programs. Even Center for Environment Education is running program of Foundation for Environment Education. So one of them is Young Reporters for Environment. We'll brief you later what it is and how you can enroll and how you can submit your entries. So looking towards the international stats that Young Reporters for Environment Education is having for the last year. So there are 43 countries registered to this one program, and this program is reaching out to 5.5 million people. And like more than 15,000 teachers are being in collaboration with this one program, and we receive entries in form of photograph, video, and an article. So regarding photograph, last year internationally, while received 11,000 and more photograph entries, and more than 1,000 entries for videos, and more than 6.5 thousand entries for an article. So these were the international stats, and these are the national stats. For this, like for the previous year, we received 600 photo entries. So photographic category is further divided. You can submit in photo reportage or environmental campaign photos. So we received nearly 600 photographic entries, and 120 entries were received for videography, and more than 600 entries for article. So in India, we are having like network of 40,000 young people who are working under this program, and there are 105 institutions, which include schools, colleges, and even youth groups. So there's a short video what a YRE is about. So I'll just begin with the video.
Can one voice make a difference for the environment? Absolutely.
One voice can create a message that's heard around the world, a message that empowers all of us to unite and develop solutions that will drive us toward a brighter future for our planet. One voice, one person, can inspire the world. But becoming an inspirational person requires gaining strong leadership skills. Develop these skills by participating in the Young Reporters for the Environment program. Every year, thousands of students ages 11 to 25 join the YRE program and learn about constructive journalism so they can lead global conversations about major environmental topics. By joining YRE, you will gain access to a network of like-minded students and teachers across 45 countries. You will have the chance to report from high-level international conferences and to participate in annual YRE competitions. In the program, you'll learn how to be a reporter with advanced critical thinking skills. You'll use a tested 4-step methodology to investigate, research, report, and disseminate messages worldwide. Your efforts will influence others to take immediate action. Participants in the program build skills for life and friendships to aid them in their environmental activism efforts. Once YRE, forever YRE. Don't let your environmental message, your one voice, go unheard. Join the YRE program today and become a leader for global change.
So this was brief about what YRE network are doing internationally. And also there's the link in...
Can one voice make a difference for the environment?
The link is there in chat box, so you can just go through the link as well. So there's a short quiz for you. I'll just share the screen for a quiz. Also, the code is there in chat box. So you just can go to www.menti.com and enter that code. So you can just type www.menti.com and here is the code. You can just type that code and you will be here on this page. If Mentimeter is not accessible to you, you can also type the answer in the chat box. I'll be taking answers from there as well. We haven't received any answer. There are more than 270 audience. Okay, so we have started getting answers. So the question is, what according to you is constructive journalism? In the video, they also covered this part, constructive journalism, what they have reflected on. So what do you understand by this particular word? So the first answer that we have received is anything that is helping the society to do better as whole. Okay, this is right, but how you can connect this to journalism? Like through what medium you can reach to number of people? Absolutely not spitting mere facts, but through investigating of a news. Reality of community believes in.
Some good answers, really.
Yes, I'm just taking them. It is a new way of approaching news, which is based on the idea that there is a negative bias in the news media that need to be corrected. Absolutely. So the word itself suggests what do you understand by constructive journalism? You just need to break down the word and there's the answer itself. So we'll wait for a few more minutes and then we'll move to the next question. It's not just regarding problems or solution. Like there is one answer focusing on solution rather than just the problem. Journalism means to highlight something, maybe solution or maybe problem. It's fine if you report on problem, but it should be constructive, well rebounded, and it should not be biased. Absolutely. Instead of just reporting everyday problem, they also provide solution. Yes. We are moving to next question. So what, according to you, are environmental concerns in your vicinity, or maybe in your school or college campus, or in your society? So I'm sure you must have noticed one or two environmental problems. Yeah.
Okay, so it's coming.
Yes. A littering.
Rivers are a concern in the sense of pollution or in the sense of being having riverfronts constructed. Mhm.
Air pollution seems to be major concern.
Yeah, deforestation as well.
So if any of you wants to like speak anything about these concern, you can just raise your hand. Depletion of resources, plastic in ocean is one of the major concern. Yes, globally it is a concern. Deforestation, waste disposal, concrete jungle, increasing vehicles. Use of tobacco in teens of course pollution.
It also has a health impact side.
Urban sprawl, it is one of the great like concern. Loss of groundwater, less trees. Waste disposal, we all have noticed, like people are just dumping waste wherever they can. Ignorance is our behavior. That is, yes, absolutely, it is one of the concern, and we should work on that because that is our habit to ignore and we just let go of things. So yeah, till now you all have an idea like what are the environmental concerns, and you might want to work upon these. So we'll just move to our next part, and we'll see how you can use YRE platform to address all these problems and bring solution to these problems. I would now like to invite Madhvi ma'am to take this forward.
Yeah, thanks, Arzu, and good evening, and hi, everybody. Hope you're having a good time so far. So the Young Reporters for the Environment, as Arzu mentioned, is environmental journalism program of the Foundation for Environmental Education, and Center for Environment Education is the national operator for this program. Next, please. Can, so what does it do? Basically it was set up with the objective of looking at ways in which one can enhance young people's knowledge, influence change in attitude and behavior through, say, participating in as a reporter. It encourages leadership, specifically opinion leadership, and participation as an active citizen. It also develops practical skills. I think a lot of young people you guys like to write, but then you want to know how do you write articles, or if you have a good basic photography skills, or you have how do we develop those further and use them for messages, communication. So it's not just about taking a good picture, but also about being able to communicate with that picture or a video. So that basically that is what the idea is, that one needs to be able to influence opinion among others, or influence behavior change among others by communicating with them. And this program hopes to do that through these different ways in which young people are involved as reporters. And also it engages young people both nationally at a national level, and also with other young people internationally. Next, please. So how does it work in the schools and colleges? The process is fairly straightforward, where you register. Both you can normally we register as a youth group, or as a school or a college, or even individually. So it depends on how you guys want to register. Then you form, when you are in a college, you form a youth YRE group. So there is a group that gets formed, and the group wants to work on more than one or two themes. So depending on that, you can also divide yourselves into subgroups, depending on also what kind of skills that you would have or would want to work on. If you're good at writing and want to pursue article writing, so a group could have a combination of a person good with photography or videography, and somebody who can write, and somebody who likes to do on-ground action. So that's the kind of mixed group you can form. And that group then identifies the issues and concerns. Either you might want to take up an issue which is within your institution, or in the community. So, and could be focusing on litter, but it could also focus on larger issues which are connected to the sustainable development goals. So these can be about, it could be anything from biodiversity to pollution to climate change, anything that concerns you. I think you have to feel passionately about those issues. Don't just decide on selecting something that just because you have to select something, you are doing it. You need to feel strongly about it and want to do something about that issue. Then there is a 4-step methodology, which we will come to. Just take it back. I have to finish the whole. Yeah. So the 4-step methodology will follow this slide, and that also completes the YRE process. And then you The entries are given into the national competition. You also need to organize a community action day for dissemination of what of your article or a video or your photographs. And then the project process we need and challenges outcomes have to be documented as a brief video where you can talk about this and share it with YRE India at CE. So this is what it is, and also a written brief progress report on what you're doing. So basically, it's as I said, it's a communication methodology where you investigate, you try and research solutions, and then you create a report, which could be in a different forms, and that report, then you disseminate that and communicate that message that you would like to give. These are the, we say that these are 4 W's and 1 H. So do you remember that? What, why, when, where, and how, when you are investigating and communicating about anything. So in communication, these are the very important 4 W's and 1 H to remember. Next, please. So just getting into a little bit more detail about when we say investigate, what does it mean? We are investigating environmental issues. And as I mentioned, it could be something that is in your vicinity, or it could be something that is you are concerned about, but also may not be necessarily in your vicinity, but it could be concerning your city, concerning your country, any issue that you would like to look at. And also you then need to find out a little more, dig deeper, and meet people who are concerned with it. Say it is an issue related to water and the pollution in the nearby water body that you see, and you would like to do something about it and write about it, or do a photo story around it. You might want to just say, write something and just do it without going anywhere and talking to anybody. But that's not the way it is expected. Here, you need you to do research. So you would need to look at why the 4 W's and 1 H. So what is the problem? Why would the water body be polluted? What could be the reason it is polluted? Who are the key stakeholders? I mean, who gets affected, or who is the cause for this pollution? So that is the research you need to do about the problem. You may need to interview people, collect data. So that's data in the sense it's not a survey, but it is something to help you understand the problem better. So that's the investigation. That's the first step. Next, please. Following that, you found out, okay, so there is a problem. These are the various dimensions of that problem. And you understood that probably this is related because of something that these particular pollution is happening due to a certain reason, where people maybe are dumping their waste nearby, so residential area is dumping their waste there. Now, what could be the solution, and how could you solve it as a journalist? So the one solution could be that you might want to just go and get them to clean up or do a cleanup and do that action. But the other solution also could be along with that is that as a journalist you might want to do, say, an article or do a photo story and do an exhibition there, and bring awareness among the people there, or could come up with any creative journalistic solution. So basically find the possible solution and explore the pros and cons of that solution. Okay, so it could be both action solution and along with that a journalistic solution. Next, please. Then you create a report. So what is that report? So as you find the solution, you would also know to whom am I supposed to talk to? So communication, to whom? So this is your target audience. And in that case, you probably have identified that there are these 5 or 6 homes from where this waste is getting dumped in that water body. So it could be that is your target audience. And what would be the best way to reach and communicate to them? Could it be a social media outreach, or could it be, say, just going and talking to them and showing them a film, or bringing the whole society together and doing some event with them where you are using maybe what you done and communicating it to them. So it could be an article, it could be a photograph or video that documents the entire environmental issue and the solution. So when it is a well-researched activity, the results are much more positive. There is a good response to it. Next, please. And then share your work. So you will find avenues to amplify your voice, not just in that neighborhood, but also you might want to then write share your article with, say, the local newspaper, in your college newsletters. It could be on your social media handles and use hashtags with young influencers on social media who have a large following, just basically to talk more about what solution you have found and what you've done as a young person. So that is again to raise issues which are of concern and be able to get more people to also join this movement. You can use newspapers, magazines, as I said. You can also do, say, a radio show, or to connect to television, social media. You can do an exhibition of your work in your college or in the community, and do local events. So a lot of different kinds of ways in which you can actually disseminate and share your work. Besides, of course, there will be specific hashtags you'll be expected to use, which Arzu will tell you later. Next, please. Okay, so I'll now hand over to Shashwat to talk about the competition themes that we and take it forward.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, ma'am, for a great introduction. I am an intern for past 2 months at CEE, and I've been working as an intern, and I have a bachelor degree in graduation, honors graduation in the field of forestry. So I'll be, without spending a lot of time, I'll be speaking about YRE competition themes. So these themes are based upon the Sustainable Development Goals, all 17 sustainable goals that recommends about biodiversity, climate change, and pollution, which are the important goals chosen for this year. We also have international collaborations, which is based upon these international communities, institutions such as colleges and schools. Currently, we are working upon 4 collaborations, that is 1 from France, 2 from Portugal, and 1 from Azerbaijan. So moving on to next slide. So we have 6 competition categories, which are based upon these 4 campaigns of total: water, sanitation and hygiene, waste management and littering, health, nutrition, well-being, and biodiversity. So first of all, we have these 6 competition categories, which we evaluate 3 major of these: articles, videos, and photographs. So for articles, there are more or less set of rules that are set by international renowned ones, and we have, for that, articles are acceptable which have words less than 1,000, we have in India no language barrier. We preferably go for English, but still there are no international barriers and language barriers upon the national level competitions. We can use 1 to 3 images, but not more than 5 images, and that article should cover about who, what, where, why, when, and how of these things. And it also must state the facts, stats, and other important information regarding these issues. So the other one, video, it should not exceed more than 10 minutes, and it should not have obscene content. Otherwise your ex might block you up. So okay, for the next one, we have single reportage photo. In that, we accept entries in JPG or PNG format. We also have, it should also contain a description of 100 to 120 words, and it should also have a fruitful reality image of the community in the real time image are basically the ones. Here is this, I'm sending this link in this chat box where you can check out these international entries out there. And we also have international reportage, which is almost the same thing, but these are the images which are intentionally set up images and also have a very fruitful image and motivation of behind this. We also have photo story of 3 to 5 photographs, which depicts the continuous procedure of something related to environment. In taken for an instance, we can have a vermicompost, homemade vermicompost procedure, or either worst cases plants based upon these empty beer bottles and all. We also have international collaboration entries, which are very welcome upon these entries. So here we can see an article which was written by Sakshi Yadav. She's around 17 years old, I guess. No, sorry, 20 years old. And she wrote about this great article which depicts how to start a zero waste lifestyle. And it was first started off with a great quote that's, there's no such thing as away. When we throw anything away, it must go somewhere. It's a great thing, and it should be really emphasized upon zero waste management and the movement of this lifestyle. Here we can see, you know, also a handmade illustration which was made about this thing, and it also depicts the 5 R's that are useful for us: refuse, reuse, recycle, reduce, and rot. She also mentioned about TerraCycle and looping of the dry waste. Adding more to it, she also mentioned about the textile which was used and dumped, causing the landfill issues. And for further ending to it, she also made an introduction to this organization called Green Soul, which works upon these international level, sorry, community level collected reused clothing and footwear to create a sustainable option and reusing it and reducing the sustainable wastes. And next slide. Here is a video which was which was a winning entry from Varanasi. And 1 second, I'll just send a link to you. So here's the link to the video. You can check this out. It was actually a documentary, a storytelling video, which was based upon this happening, which was in the sacred river beside the river banks of Ganga. And it was based upon this Ramnagar, where she mentioned about this littering issues. And it was a very honorable mention for this last year. And she's just 17 years old, and it creates a great message to for the people. So here are a few more entries we can talk about. So in this left hand side, we have this winner image from the single photo reportage given by Yogeshwaram, a guy from South Indian, a South Indian guy who gave his entry, and he won an international recognition with it. And as the caption says, that recycling and good business sense saves Earth's resources, and it causes the resources for livelihood and for many. And as you can see, it basically takes a lot of courage to go through these SDGs. As you can see here, the mentioned SDGs which are used are is goal number 8, that is decent work and economic growth. Goal number 9, industrial innovation and infrastructure. Goal number 11, sustainable city and community. Goal number 12, responsible consumption and production. So these were the very important things which could be emphasized on and could be worked on. Looking on to this image, I would also like to quote an example of early 20s guy. It's a brand called Theli, which is a sustainable sneaker collaboration thing, which is 100% PETA approved vegan product, and which was based upon these recycled products and from the raw materials gathered around with the poly bags collected out from local offices, house and homes. So he also uses 100% glue that is 100% vegan, and a polymer used which he herself proclaims as a patent, that is rPET. And there's one more image on the right hand side, you can also see, like it also denotes a lady which sells fruit. It's a picture out a village in Maharashtra, and she sells seasonal fruits and vegetables. As you can see here, it gives a local emphasis upon the local and seasonal fruits that are not only healthy, but they also support livelihood for the people like her. Sustainable goals which are mentioned here must be zero hunger, that is to end hunger and achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. As you can say that by 2030, we might double the agricultural productivity and cause a small scale income to food producers, particularly women and indigenous people, family farmers, fishers, and people like that, to gain their equal access to the land and other productive resources. And moving on to next slide, we can see here a clearly mentioned difference between a single photo reportage and environmental campaign photo. As you can see, a single reportage photo is an actual real-time based photograph which shows sustainable developments causing no poverty, zero hunger, and care to the life on land. While on the other hand, we can see environmental campaign photos, which is a setup photo, which have a great caption in which the earth is choking, we are at 11th hour of the destruction. So this thing is really very impactful and creates a very great so there are few more entries which we have gathered at international level. These are the entries which have gone on international recognition. Here is a photo campaign photo which bagged the first place. And these are the few more things, Slovakia and the Canada. So in the second photo, we can see that there are these are like reportage photos, which creates a report upon these management downsides of this dissemination of these waste products, like a little kids weren't able to get there just to put their trash in the bins, and there should be steps attached to it so that they could be easily accessible to everyone. And other one is campaign photo, which is actually a setup photo in which a goldfish is being stuck through a straw, and a straw, as we all know, it's not at all a biodegradable thing and creates a great damage to our life on water. So I'll be handing over to Arzu. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Shashwat. So you all have gone through the type of entry that we received every year and what kind of entries that we are receiving. So what are the assessment criteria that we look after when entry to assess them? So internationally and nationally, there are assessment criterias, and all of them are having like five credits for each of them, and these are the same for national as well as international. So first scrutiny is done on the national level, and the national willing entries will go for international competition. So these are the basic criteria. Like the first one is format and structure. Like Shashwat already mentioned that for article there should be like a word limit of 1,000 words, and there should be a caption for 120 words, and so these are the format and structure that you need to follow when you are submitting an entry. And the second one is honest and unbiased reporting. So this basically is regarding honest and unbiased reporting. Whenever you are making a solution, so it should not be unbiased that you speak for one part and you are not looking to the other part. So you have to make a perfect balance for the points that can be associated with that particular problem or solution, and honest and unbiased, like in the sense of that you give a proper credential to the codes or anything that you are using in your article or like video. So whenever you are using anything else from other source, you have to mention proper sources. And also you have to mention the footnotes when you are making an article or creating an article journalistic approach. So there's a footnote kind of thing and references that you have to be very clear, and you need to mention about that. Constructive and well-rounded perspective. So it should be balanced and fair in terms of representing different sides of arguments, and it should also be associated with the you need to check with historical connections, economic and social connections on the basis of environmental approaches. And relevant and feasible constructive ideas and suggestions should be there. This is how you connect to the constructive and well-rebounded perspective. Originality and independence. It should not be like कहीं से copy किया और tape दिया वाला नहीं होना चाहिए. So it should be your original work. You need to work maybe you can work on field, that is like one of the best thing that you can work, or if conditions like COVID are still going on, so you cannot of course work on ground, so you can do secondary research and then make a report, or you can make a photo story, but it should be original and independent. And dissemination. So dissemination basically means that you need to share and it should reach to number of people. So for that you can use your personal social media to share your work, and then you can use school or college or institutions, like many of them are having social media handles on Instagram and Facebook, so you can ask them to share on your behalf, and you can tag them then to national or print media, and also there was mentioning about radio and such things, so you can use those medium for dissemination and to reaching out to number of people. So every year prizes and felicitation occurs. So once a competition is done, we evaluate and we go through each and every assessment criteria, and after that the winners are announced on national level. So winner announcement is there, and then we go for felicitation ceremony. Earlier it was happening on ground, but thanks to COVID, we have to shift to online for felicitation ceremony. So we did our previous online felicitation ceremony where we invited international guests and national speakers, and even we do invite winners so they can share experience, and their learnings can be highlighted, and other can be motivated, and they can get some information that how they can move for their own work. So these are opportunities. You must be wondering कि हम क्यों join करें YRE, हमें क्या फायदा होगा. So these are the opportunity for you. You can intern with us, and there are many training programs where you can participate. Interning, in this scenario, we are also providing online internship, or else you can come here and intern. Even we are having offices in other states, so you can go there and intern. You can be an intern over there. Then higher level conferences such as COP. So YRE students and or else alumni. Like alumni, once you are crossing the age of 25, so there's nothing like कि आप continue नहीं कर सकते YRE activities के साथ. You can be an alumnus and you can still gain the benefits of being an YRE alumni. So you can participate in COP or a week kind of international conferences. There you need to report like जैसे अभी COP हुआ था, so you can be a journalist like you can report what things are happening. And even we had ICSE this year, so 4 YRE people were reporting on our behalf, so you can be a part of such international conferences. Then there's a portal called YRE Hub. It is a portal where we upload international and national articles, or like there's competition, and meanwhile if you people are working, so you can submit your work and we will be uploading this on YRE Hub. So you will get a portal where your work can be show off. So this is very useful. Like whatever you are doing, you can just write it down and pen down things, and then we will be promoting it on YRE Hub. And this is international portal. So like people from other country can also look at your work and what things you are doing. Then there are academic courses. So FE is also having academic courses. And one of the very famous courses that they ran was photography session, like how you can be a good photographer. And also one another was circular economy. So such courses are there on national as well as on international level. International level, FE is holding such courses, and Center for Environment Education is also having academy where we run short-term courses based on environment, like the ongoing academic courses on urban ecosystem, and the upcoming one is on green teacher and climate change. So you people can enroll there, and also these are certified courses. So you will receive a certificate for this. For that, you need to do assignment and you need to submit that assignment. And based on that, you will be receiving a certificate. And another benefit that you can gain is international collaboration. So you being in an institute, you can be a part of international collaboration. For this, your coordinator have to take the initiative. They will be they will let us know that your institution is interested for international collaboration, and then you can work with other people, or maybe you can nationally, if you want to collaborate with some institute, you can also do that. So these are the few opportunities and benefits which you can gain being a part of a YRE. This is global biodiversity campaign. So like there was a line which mentions that for this year we are focusing on 3 themes: pollution, biodiversity, and climate change. So regarding biodiversity, this is a global campaign, and this campaign is focusing on the activities of biodiversity, how you can raise awareness among people and community about biodiversity, or you can even report on local biodiversity checklist. Even you can do activities in your own campus. So these are one of the global biodiversity campaign in which you can participate. And this is also this is supported by FE also. So of course you will get international accreditation as well. So let us know. I'll just share one question here. So you can just answer to that particular question, and like what are your ideas to work on, or what do you think that action plans can be implemented in your campus or maybe with the community? I'll just share the screen so you can start answering questions. So yeah, let us know your action plan. And here I would request to participant that if you are answering, so we would like to know that what are your ideas behind this, like air pollution. So what you would want to work, or what are your ideas to work upon this? Shivam, you can also add to this. You people are already working on project 8. So anything else from your end?
Basically, is what kind of projects is what Arzu wants to know. Possible projects according to you, from whatever you've understood. And do post your questions in the Q&A as well. And yeah, and later as well if you have.
So waste disposal पे what are your plans? Like हम क्या activities कर सकते हैं? And noise pollution by banning Republic TV. You can raise your hand and have a discussion as well. We can spread awareness of for plastic bag usage. In fact, there's one campaign going international on international level that is initiative of UNEP. So you can be part of that. We'll be sharing the details for that as well. And it is one of the major concern, and of course, many on-ground activities and action plan can be scheduled for this. Yes, public transport is one of the thing that we need to work, because vehicle number are continuously increasing, and that is leading to many environmental problems. So if you people are having like any idea to discuss, you can just raise your hand and we can have a discussion around this. Like this is what we want you to be a part of YRE, and so it would be easy for us to understand कि आपके पास क्या ideas हैं और क्या topic पे आप लोग would you want to work on, or else what are the work that you people are doing. Like I know about project 8 a bit, so that is one thing. Maybe use of warm wax to reduce the polythene waste will be useful. I'm not very much sure about this. I think this is on experimental basis, and I'm not very sure about this particular thing, like if we can do this or what is the success rate for this particular. Yes, excessive consumption is a big issue, but development के नाम पे तो we cannot stop this. Yeah, we can suggest a few options. Like I'm not sure what could be the possible and such options would be there. Even looking to restore buildings, and also there would be a sector for construction waste as well. So this is biggest concern, and we can work on this. This could be a very good area to show your interest and work upon this. So any more project ideas or theme that you would want to share? So I think we can move to next part. These are enough ideas to work upon on this initial level. And if you have any other ideas, so you can put them in the chat box. So we are moving towards conclusion of this session. So I would now request to Shivam if he wants to add anything.
Yeah.
Hi, Shivam.
Yeah. Hi, Arju. Hi, Shashwat. Thank you so much for having this session. I mean, at ExploreiT, we are proud to, claim that, I mean, all the 80% of the entries, the winner entries were from our end last year. Even the Priyansha's video, Sakshi was a core committee member at ExploreiT. Her article was published. Even the picture of that village that was from Hebre Bazaar, and that we took in one of the inspirational visits that we had it for there. So what I'm trying to say over here is like it's an amazing opportunity. I mean, students, especially when they are pursuing their undergraduation, they're still not really sure about like what should really reflect on their profile. I mean, this is just like a competition, but the experience and the boost that they are going to get from this competition, international competition, is I mean, they really they really appreciate it after after they graduate. And also giving you all a heads up about the further initiative Tide Turners, which is also a very interesting program from the Clean Seas campaign of UNEP and CE. So all these initiatives, make sure that you are learning. I mean, I'm very confident that after the after you're done with submitting your entries, the experience that you will get is not going to help you with this competition, but also throughout your life. And I mean, irrespective of your career choice, it is going to also help you in your professional career for that matter. So thank you so much, Arju and Shashwat, for having this. Thank you to the entire CE team for having this. And I'm pretty sure that you're going to get some amazing entries from our side. And all the very best to all the students out there. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Shivam. So we even plan for orientation program, and this followed by photography workshop and article writing workshop. So those people who are interested to learn more about like how they can do good photography and they can like write a good article. So such workshops are also being planned. So just let us know if like all of these members are having interest for any such workshop, so we can like exclusively we can arrange such workshop for them. And
Definitely.
while yeah, so when you disseminate your work, so make sure that you use these hashtags so that we'll be coming across your entries and we'll be resharing your work. Also, you can tag us on social media like Instagram and Facebook. So these are few hashtags that you can use, and do not forget to tag us. These are our social media handle details. You can follow us on our Instagram, and if you're having any concerns regarding like how to write an article, or if you want that we should evaluate it first and then you'll be sharing it as an entry for competition, we are like welcoming your entries for that also, so we can help you out on that personal level. So you can send us your entry through email as well. So if we have any questions, we can take them quickly. So you can just use chat box or Q&A section if you are having any doubts. See, दो केसेस में डाउट नहीं आते, या तो सब समझ में आया या कुछ समझ में नहीं आया. So आपका केस क्या है? Like you have understood everything या सब ऐसे ऊपर से बाउंस गया?
I wish I have more qualifications just to kill the time of you guys. So you can guys just tell about yourself and all.
So I think Arju, just in case they have any question or query, I'll ask them to get in touch with you and the team.
Sure, sure. Even they can reach out to you and you can let us know.
Yeah.
Okay, कोई query concern है.
Sure. We'll do that.
So there is one question. If we want to do photography workshop, how can we do it? What will be the process? So like we have resource person with us. One of them is Raghav Gupta, जो IRS हैं, and he is like very much fond of photography, and he's professional wildlife photographer. So he's a resource person who conduct wildlife like photography sessions. So if you people are interested, just let us know by what time you would want to have the workshop, and we can arrange it. So same goes for article writing and videography workshop as well. So I think there's no more question. So on behalf of Center for Environment Education, I would like to thank you all for coming here and spending this time. We hope that कुछ entries तो अच्छी आएंगी for this year. We can for sure help you out like designing your entries and writing down your articles. So that is of course, you can reach out to us anytime. So there's one hand raised. Okay. So anything else, you can connect to us through any our social media medium. I'll be sharing this recording with you all. So yeah, if you have missed out any points, you can just go through it. So thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, Shivam.